So our last section, I want to go through a couple other tools very quickly. We saw these, we've already looked at NPV, IRR, payback, discounted payback. We have not yet looked at book rate of return and the profitability index. So, when we talk about book rate of return, it's also known as average accounting return. And essentially it's the average income, net income, divided by the average book value of the investment over the project life. I'm not going to spend too much time on these. I'm going to go through the advantages and disadvantages just because they're not used that much. And I want to focus really on payback, IRR, and NPV. Advantages and disadvantages. So the key disadvantages are that this ignores the time value of money. It's also using an arbitrary benchmark. And to me, the big problem is how it's dependent upon book values, not cash flows or market values. So book values are fine, and they're perfectly they're very important for for accounting for things and understanding things at certain points in time. But we're trying to make decisions about the future, so the fact that there's no cash flows and no market values is concerning. The advantages is that the accounting information is usually quite available, and if you think about what we've been working on with our pro formas, it would be very simple to just take our pro forma statement and compute what this would look like over time. And it's also very easy to calculate because of that. The other method is called the profitability index, where we take the present value of the cash flows, ignoring the initial investment, and then instead of subtracting the initial investment like the NPV, we're going to divide the initial investment. So this is more of a ranking criteria. If the profitability index is above 1, you would accept. If it's below 1, you would reject. But the higher the profitability index, the better off. So that's one of the key advantages, is that if investment funds are limited, this gives you a way to sort of rank your investments. It's easy to understand and communicate. And as long as you are evaluating independent projects, it will give you the correct decision. The key disadvantage is the problem with mutually exclusive investments exists again because you are essentially normalizing the profitability index normalizes around 1, and so you're ignoring scale of the project again, and so that can be a little bit problematic when it comes to evaluating mutually exclusive projects. So these are the two sort of other criteria, and like I said, our main focus will be on NPV, IRR, and payback. And I would say specifically, we focus really on NPV and IRR.